So I'll get into the proposal a little bit in a second, but I think before that, I wanted to have Josh, who's on the call here, give a bit of background on himself, who has been an advisor with us for some time, and we're excited to structure a rally grant for him that we think is very very exciting to do some really interesting stuff in the music space. But Josh, I'll turn it over to you.
Thanks, Mahesh. Hey, everyone. So let me introduce myself. My name is Josh Katz. I've been in the music industry for quite a number of years. I started off back in the mid-90s as a concert promoter upstate New York, grew out to be actually a pretty large one. And then I spent a decade in the recorded music business, dropped like responsible or involved with tons of hip hop albums, a lot of rock albums. I actually was involved in launching Britney Spears and NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, if any of you know who those people even are from back in the day. A lot of that candy pop. And kind of at that point in 2003, I moved out of the traditional music business, and I was the founder of a company called EL Media Group. EL Media Group became the largest in-venue network provider. So we were basically, before EL Media, there was something called Muzak, where you go into a restaurant and they'd be like pumping like remakes of pop songs on flutes and stuff, like classical music. And we kind of pioneered like good music going into hotel lobbies and restaurants and casinos and all that. So, I gained quite, back in I'd say 2015 or so, kind of got, deep into the crypto space, and actually ended up exiting EL Media in 2017. And I started a company called YellowHeart. YellowHeart was conceived as a decentralized ticketing platform where we were launching NFTs, fully programmable with smart contracts in order to eradicate scalping. 11.5 billion a year that goes through secondary ticketing markets in the US between sports, concerts, theater. So we built that out in order to basically launch tickets as NFTs, programmable, contracts. And, our NFTs were media-rich media-rich files that are programmable literally down to a single seat section, and allows stakeholders to pull back secondary revenue and program how those tickets behave. So putting caps on tickets, putting rules on tickets, you might call them, or the ability, frankly, for tickets to flow freely through marketplaces and stakeholders to actually share in that secondary revenue pool. So, Pearl Jam could share in that lift if they wanted to, or just eliminate it. So this year with, obviously concerts coming to a halt, YellowHeart kind of got stopped, and we kind of looked at our whole place in the NFT space. My team's a very smart team. We've been building in the NFT space for over 3 years now. And we saw this summer as the space kind of exploded, and we realized we were very uniquely positioned, where we have great blockchain expertise and we know kind of the world of crypto and blockchain, but we also know the entertainment business and the music space. And my partners in YellowHeart are Alex and Drew, who are the Chainsmokers, professionally known. Their manager, Adam, who's a senior exec at Sony. One of our other stakeholders is an executive VP of Atlantic Records. Live Nation is our main source of funding. So, collectively, we find ourselves in a unique position where since the summer, I've been spending a significant amount of time really educating rockers and rappers and people in music and entertainment around what blockchain is, first of all, almost like blockchain 101. And now, like, what are NFTs? And now, of course, what are creator coins? So we're spending a significant amount of time, and I'm finding that without the education, there really would not be a lot of like these larger creators stepping up. I've had to spend a significant amount of time, and we've actually at YellowHeart created what we call NFT 101, which is almost like NFT for dummies that we've kind of been showing to all types of artist managers and agents and all types of people in entertainment. So we kind of woke up, I brought, Portugal the Man in, as part of Rally, and obviously we did the PTM launch. And through that experience and a couple of other NFT things that I'm working on, we realized internally that we should really have an agency. And that agency could kind of bridge the gap between creatives and their lack of knowledge around technology and help onboard projects. And we actively started pursuing projects a few weeks ago, and the pipeline has actually gotten insane. We're talking to like one of the biggest iconic rock bands right now. We're going to be looking to onboard another creator coin actually later today, Mahesh and I. So we're actively kind of working in the space and think we could become a real asset to Rally and Creator Coin in going around and educating all types of people within the entertainment business, and frankly, just onboarding people. and getting them comfortable around the fact that this is where they need to be. And if they're missing out on being on Rally and Creator Coin, or whether, something for them might, through this agency, there might be a better fit for them to do something on Super Rare or Nifty or wherever it might fit. But the whole point is that we're going to kind of craft blockchain plans for these musicians and artists. The ones that fit with Creator Coin, of course, are going to be pushed immediately into Creator Coin. I actually have a whole pipeline of people that we're going to hopefully onboard the next, few weeks and months. So that's pretty much the proposal. That's where we stand. Just to give you guys a sense, YellowHeart, I think on the ticketing front will start to come back later this year. We're actually working on a very music-centric NFT project as well, where I'm hoping in the next 90 to 120 days, we launch a marketplace and onboarding system for musicians that will be very specific to music-based NFTs, which we're super excited about. But the agency fits in perfectly where we're really sitting as an intersection between talent and the platforms. And, that's the proposal. So I'll just kind of end it by saying that my experience thus far with everyone at Rally, with Kevin and Mahesh, and Kurt, and, the whole Portugal the Man token experience has been incredible. It's been amazing. I've never been more excited about a platform before in my entire career, and see the potential here for what we're doing. So thrilled to be part of this. And I really hope, this community will support our agency as we go forward. So thank you all.
Cool. Yes. Appreciate you. And Grant, if you go to the next slide, I can provide a little bit more context. So yeah, taking a step back, as we think about the Rally ecosystem, you've got first, second, and third party developer projects, but there's also an opportunity to build all sorts of businesses right on top of Rally. And so that's what we're trying to figure out with, Josh Katz's new agency. So I think right now working with Josh is a great opportunity. Like, we're really trailblazing here. Like, nobody's really done this. And so what we're hoping to do with this grant is to work with someone who has an awesome background like him that we also trust and has already worked with us, to develop a playbook for, what does it look like to build an agency on top of Rally. And so we landed on doing an initial grant, as you see here, of 250K Rally tokens, as well as a scaling grant that's contingent on Josh's agency completing a fundraise, and there would be a kind of a 50% matching amount. And the reason we landed on this was because, we could give a big grant to anybody, but I think right now, as we're trailblazing here, it'll be hard for the community to measure and figure out what this person should be doing and holding them accountable. And we were thinking that the best proxy for alignment is actually to have somebody like Josh raise outside funding, where this is like an actual business that he's building and taking career risk on, and he's got investors that he's beholden to, which is in some ways makes it a lot more real than just getting a grant from a community where no matter how hard we were trying to manage a business like this, it could always just fizzle, right? It's just not the same level of accountability. And so we thought this was like a great first test. And there's certainly healthy debate on what the right structure is, what the right amount is, what are the right KPIs, to measure a program like this over time. But I think this is a good start, and I can envision a future where full business plans are being submitted and vetted entirely by the community. And so, a little bit looser on this one as we figure out what the learnings are and what's working, what's not working. But over time, we really want to tighten these types of things up more and more. And so, I'm personally working really, really closely with Josh to learn as much as we can, fine tune this as much as we can, and hopefully have a lot more successful launches like Portugal the Man.
Could I add to that for a sec, guys?
Sure.
I just think that I'm part of this community now, and clearly it's early, and we're all just kind of getting ready we're launching off now. So I really want to also go into this with the approach that I'm happy to be the Rally guinea pig around how these programs work going forward. And we have an amazing, access to talent. And, listen, the reality is I've spoken to some of the biggest rappers right now, and they're all, now they all know what Rally is because I've taken them through it and showed them the video and everything. But, these are people that are asking me for, advances and things that just we're not going to do. But the point is that we're getting the word out there. And I think that that's going to be pretty important. And I think there's going to be a lot more of these programs that we're all going to want to do. And I think that, this early one, I'm happy to kind of make it very flexible, where as we're going and we're, through this community and we're doing these calls week to week and, giving updates, letting it kind of become the template for more to come and more, more of this. So.
Yep. Sounds good. Well, thanks, Josh. Appreciate your time and looking forward to getting going here.
All right. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you, Josh.